I'm assuming they're going to show us the lineup or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
if they show us the lineup, I can tell you everything. I can't remember off the top of my head who most of the players are.
All right. Yeah, they're going to show the lineup. I have no idea about that.
I'm moving your coffee.
I mean, they actually also used to have a German team the same way they did 1.6 up until not that long ago. But then I think it was like maybe 6 months since we were a Swedish team.
Okay. We're ready.
It's in this. I think it was the team after them, wasn't it? Wasn't it like Z-Tor and those guys, the ones where they were the ones who had that famous classic live?
Here's my key, philosophy. A freak like me just needs infinity. Relax, take your time. And take your time. Trust in me, and you will find infinity, infinity. And take your time to trust in me. You will find infinity, infinity. And time goes by so naturally while you receive infinity. Here's my key, philosophy. A freak like me just needs infinity. Relax, take your time. And take your time. Trust in me, and you will find infinity, 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 infinity. Maybe you remember when we met on the beach, when you showed me the way.
Venter's going to town. Wow. And he has a really close drop kick. Getting out of here, he's going to get a nice down. Oh my god, he's going to do it. JW gets a double kill in the middle, making it a triple. Oh my god. And they lose for the goal. This is going to get it. Oh my god. Freiburg. Jesus Christ.
Welcome back to Sweden. We're live here again at Jönköping at DreamHack SteelSeries CSGO Championship. We're ready for day 2 of the tournament, and this is part of the DreamHack Winter Festival, where we expect 25,000 people to come through our doors, 10,000 kids with computers, and we also have the world's best Counter-Strike Go teams in the biggest tournament in history. With me still, Sir Scoots and Duncan Thorin Shields. Scoots, tell us a little bit about the tournament structure and the historical prize purse.
Sure. Well, first off, we'll start with how the teams got here. We started with 14 teams that were either invited directly or there was a series of qualifying tournaments that got you a berth here. On top of that, yesterday and last night they played a huge BYOC tournament that 2 teams have now come forward in, and that's our 15th and 16th team. They'll fall into group C and D today, which obviously Duncan will go into detail of those groups and how they got here, etc. On top of that, obviously we're here to give away a boatload of cash. Before I get into how it breaks down, I think the coolest thing about this cash is it's fan crowdsourced cash. Valve has a whole new system where you can buy esports keys, get skin drops, all sorts of really cool stuff. And by buying these esports keys, they put it in a big kitty, and then they decide and they start giving it out to different tournaments. So they deemed DreamHack to be their first major, if you will. $250,000 prize purse.
And this is the first time in CSGO history that we have an event like this.
Absolutely. And we're also seeing it in some other games, and some other fan bases are doing it for their games, which is just a really cool thing. And as we talked about yesterday, us being very cynical Counter-Strikers, I didn't think that the fan base would definitely buy this many keys. I mean, this is a lot of money. Way it breaks down, first place, $100,000. So about 20K a guy, not bad. Second place, 50K, and then it starts to drop down. Third and fourth place, $22,000. Fifth to eighth place, $10,000. And then all the way down to 16th, the rest of those people all get $2,000 as a team. So everybody, even those BYOC teams, are going to take home a little bit of money if they got here.
All right, and today we're going to start out with Group C, Complexity versus Faculty. Before we go into that match and talk a little bit about that and the lineups, I'm going to quickly go through what happened yesterday for you. Universal Soldiers with Neo and Taz, perennial stars of Counter-Strike. Na'Vi and Clan Mystic, the ESWC champions, were sent home. Fnatic, NIP, LGB, and French surprise team Recursive made it into the round of 8, where NIP won over LGB and Fnatic beat Recursive to make it into the semi-finals. Back to today, like I said, our first match is between Complexity and Faculty. And Sir Scoots, again, you're an American.
American.
How do you feel about Complexity?
Well, I mean, I have to say, I bleed blue for EG. I have for a very, very long time. So in my heart of hearts, I can't really call myself a true Blue Complexity fan because they were our huge rival. But it's great to see Lag and Gang back in the tournament scene with Counter-Strike. And
you still have nothing in there, though.
But now nothing plays for them. And, you know, he was by far one of my favorite North American players. And certainly on EG, he was our little golden child. Yesterday, I wore, you know, a USA jersey. Didn't work out so well for iBuyPower, so I didn't want to jinx it. So I brought something that Jordan is very familiar with. This is the historic Do Not Peek bat. And years ago, we used to stand behind UGP and even EG. And, you know, back then, you didn't want to peek, right? And Jordan likes to peek. So it was very much a do not peek, do not peek. So I've already warned him.
Did you actually hit him with it?
I have actually hit him with it. I blessed the entire team with it today. So hopefully it turns out much better for him.
But it's no longer the do not peek bat.
Now, yeah, I got to rename it because they have a little bit of peeker's advantage in this game. So do peek. Do peek, yeah. The DP, no, never mind. We're not going there.
All right. Welcome back to you two, Duncan. Can you please take us through the teams that are going to play now?
Okay, well, hopefully we see. Here we go, Faculty. So this is actually a team from Scandinavia. You'll know some of these players best from these two players here were in Western Wolves, actually. This was the in-game leader. This guy, I think, known for a bit of AWPing, a bit of everything, I think he's also Danish as well. Famous Danish player here, Carrigan. He's actually a 1.6 star, one of the latter day people who was kind of like a rising star. And towards the end of the game, he was establishing himself as a legit star. He actually won the MVP award for the last ESWC that was held in 1.6. Whether he actually deserves that or not, we won't go into now. Totally Danish lineup here. Faculty usually associated, as you see with the .de, usually historically a German team, but obviously Scandinavia rules the roost when it's Counter-Strike. And so this is a team where the name with this lineup isn't so famous. They haven't done that much, but some of the players in it have been either rising stars or they have done stuff. Like the Western Wolves guys, there was a time when they were vying for the second best team in Counter-Strike Global Offensive. So the potential for a team like this is big, actually.
And we're just meters away here from the tournament area. And from the information I'm getting is that we're going to have an interview and hear from one of the Faculty players down in the tournament floor.
Yeah, we're here in the tournament area with Glaive, the in-game leader of Faculty. Can you take us through your preparation coming into this tournament? I know you went through some roster changes recently, so how has that affected you?
The roster changes was like 2 weeks ago, and we just tried to practice as much.
Lost his mic. Oh, jeez.
Shit.
Just keep going. All right, sorry about that. We had some sound problems down at the tournament floor. I think we're going to continue introducing these lineups. And Duncan, can you please take us through the complexity team?
Okay, so another American team. Maybe not such a great showing from the American team yesterday, but we're hoping for more here. In many ways, in the early days, we used to say the future of American CS was nothing. It actually turned out it was. We've got Semphis here. He's got a beard. Pretty good, I guess. Swag, he's like 15. He also looks like he's 15, but he's about 20-something. Hiko, he used to think he was good. He's not so bad in CSGO. Eskers, he actually was pretty decent towards the end of 1.6. A few of these players, like these two here, these three here rather, were in one of the better American teams in the latter day of 1.6. Nothing probably the best latter day 1.6 player. And so overall, I think actually if people were expecting a lot from the iBuyPower team yesterday, this is actually the American team who has the best chance to do well here. And poised in this group, they're legitimately going to be competing for like a second place spot here. And so I think there's a lot of eyes on them because they only usually get to compete in North America. They're there, the ESEA lands, they're coming second to NIP and stuff. But now they come to a big European event. Will it be like excuses again from an NA team, like, oh, jet lag and all that? Or will they legitimately show us what the Team 3Ds, the complexities used to show us back in the day? Can they live up to that potential? And I think this is a team who has potential.
All right, and we're going to go back down to the tournament floor here to see who Lurpis is going to interview this time.
I think we're actually still going to go back to Glaive since we couldn't hear from him the first time. So can you take us through your preparation coming into this event once more?
Yeah, we didn't have any boot camp or something. We just practiced as much as possible online. And I think we did pretty good in our practice matches. Of course, we are losing a lot because we are a new team, but just trying to focus to make new things. And then we played some official matches online as well. And we did okay on some of them and did bad on the rest, but we're just trying to focus on our own game right now.
So first you're going to be facing off against Complexity. I know you played against some of their players previously at previous tournaments. How do you feel coming into this match and this group in general?
I think this group is very tough, of course, but this match, I don't know Complexity that much, but I know they are a really good team and they are like top 2 in America right now. I played them at Copenhagen Games, and I think I won against them. But we're just going to take one match at a time, and then just going to focus on our own game.
All right, thanks, and good luck in the game. So up next, we have Spencer Hiko Martin from Complexity as the next person to be interviewed. So can you take us through your preparation coming into this event? I know you were boot camping in Inferno Online for the past couple of days, so how's that worked out for you?
It was good. We've been here for about a week now, about 6 days in Inferno Online. We played pretty much every top team we could have played against, and I think it really helped us. Yeah.
So now you're playing in faculty in the opening match of the group. How do you feel going into this match? Like I told Glaive, you played against some of these players before, and how do you feel about this group in general? Obviously, this first match isn't going to decide all of your fate yet in this tournament.
The group is definitely hard. There's definitely 3 at least of the 4 teams definitely have what it takes to move on. Again, N faculty, we've played against a couple of these players, but the roster is a little bit new, and we haven't played against them in a while. So we don't really know what to expect, but I'm sure they're pretty good.
All right, thanks, and we're just gonna hop right back to the studio.
Words. Duncan, how does the group system work here at DreamHack?
Thank you.
Okay, so on the old system, we're all very used to this old system where if you have the 4 teams, you play each of your 3 opponents. Then at the end, we tally up maybe some points, or if people are tied, we see, okay, what was the map score? What was the round difference? Forget all that. It's just a double elimination bracket. We've all seen how those work. So double elimination, you're only out when you've lost twice. So there's actually a simple way to think of this because it's just a little group. If you win 2, you're through. If you lose 2, you're out. So until that's happened, until you've either won 2 or you've lost 2, you aren't in or out. And so everyone's fighting for their tournament life the whole time. They're still playing. And as soon as they're through, they leave the tournament. As soon as they're out, they leave the tournament. Then you have the last 2 teams left, and they just face off for the last spot. It's very simple once you get used to it, and it's quite streamlined, I think.
And we saw yesterday, it makes for more interesting matches.
Well, crucially, you'll sometimes get that rematch. So maybe early on, the first time they meet, it's a very close, and you think, oh, the other team, they should have won that. Well, maybe they then fight for the last spot, and now you get to see who really was the better team.
Yeah.
Before we go into that match, Scooch, I got to ask you, who do you think is going to win? This is a tough one, huh?
It kind of cuts me to my core on so many levels, but I'm going to go with Complexity. I love you, Jason Lake. I'm going to go with Complexity.
Thorin, the match is going to be on Inferno. What do you think?
Actually, I think this favors this Danish team, because one of the things I've always liked about this Danish lineup, even though it's a newer lineup, just this composition of players, is I think Glaive is one of the true in-game leaders of the game. And we don't have so many at the moment in CSGO. People still haven't quite figured out how you play this game. Well, when he was in Western Wolves, they were up there with very games as like most tactical, most strategically excellent teams. And so I'm not sure how much control he has over this newer lineup, how much he's like got his troops in order, what personnel he's going to use. But I think he has the potential to be like one of the best in-game leaders in the game. And so I think that will always be a huge like feather in your cap if you're a newer team and you're fighting other people, because you can get like better much quicker if you have really good strats. It takes a longer time if you're just going off like actual in-game experience.
All right, thank you for those thoughts. We're going to go right back into the action, and I'm going to send it over to our casters, Stuart Saw and Corey Dunn. Enjoy.
Thank you very much, Jonas, and well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, from myself, Stuart Saw, and Corey Dunn. Corey, another American side for you to cheer on this Black Friday.
I expect to see a little bit more here from the American team this go around. We saw in iBuyPower, of course, we've seen what they've done in the past there when some of their online matches, they've been extremely successful. But really now today is the focus on complexity, talking in terms of American teams here at DreamHack Winter. We're going to just go ahead and hop directly into it. Of course, this is Group C, and we're looking forward to seeing a really good matchup.
Yeah, another Swedish team come to the fore, and well, we're going to have a very quick push coming up, in fact, and Faculty wasting no time whatsoever, going straight up into that B site. Opening frag comes in, and it'll be Rouse who gets it. Pimp's it on the site too. He goes looking for love at the back, and they get it. Hiko, though, from Complexity says, this is my site, boys and girls. 2 headshots to Pimp and Glaive. Make that 3, gets rid of 1 more. Hiko's finally down, and in Faculty have just 1 man left standing. It's KHB all the way around the back, getting picked off by Swag and Sam. And Complexity pick up the round and let loose with, I have no idea what they're screaming at the back there, but they're over the moon.
Hey, let's go ahead and introduce most of these teams here in DreamHack. You're going to hear Simphis quite a bit throughout this entire tournament. As long as they're here at the tournament, you're going to hear Simphis quite a bit. They're from Complexity. A great job by Hiko holding down the bomb site. Of course, what we've seen usually on DE Inferno is we'll see a lot of players stack 3 members over there inside of B. It was a great idea going for that shock and awe tactic right out of the gates, first round of today, and going straight into that B bomb site. But they were met with 3 members there from Complexity.
And Faculty moving quite quickly here, wasting no time as they push up mid, and it'll be Swag that opens up the firing and sounds the alarm. But Hiko and Nothing will go to town. Glaive and Pimp, though, both get a frag. Sam goes to finish off the job. It's all on Glaive left standing for Faculty, and he ain't standing anymore, but 2 down. I was chatting with Jordan earlier on.
Jordan being,
Nothing.
Yep.
And I was like, how did you prepare for this week? And his response was, well, we boot camped. We've scrimmed all the big teams, but that didn't do anything for iBuyPower. So what do you know of Complexity that maybe can give us some optimism that Nothing couldn't?
Well, there's a difference in mentality. You look at it from iBuyPower standpoint, they basically kind of take down themselves down a notch. Whenever they get to a tournament, they kind of it's completely mental at that point. This is a totally different type of story. All of these players have had a great deal of LAN experience, whether that was in 1.6, whether that was talking about in the early stages of CSGO. We've seen them be successful in CSGO, but let's go and hop back into the action.
Here we go, fragging coming out. Nothing gets himself 2 with his Famas, and it'll be Glaive that gets picked off for Nothing, and Swag there, and it'll be last man in the pit. And I was really surprised to see Nothing going for that, because he had 3 points of health, plenty of players left, gives away a cheap frag, and Complexity do get the conversion, maybe a little indisciplined, but get it regardless. And there's Nothing at his best, you can see momentarily. So 3-0, first gun round.
Yeah, so we'll see what Faculty decides to do here, but what it all comes down to, the difference between what iBuyPower was and what Complexity is just that mental game as we go into this one here.
And you can see that Faculty going to run the bomb quickly up the banana walkway. They've got 2 players there. Maybe haven't committed fully, but bombs all the way up the top. If he dies, it's going to get stuck at the top of banana. And KHB gets himself the first frag onto Sean, and the bomb will fall back down banana.
That was completely through the smoke full spray just through, and Sean Garris, for some reason, was just still within the smoke and got caught with an easy headshot. I can't say easy, just a lucky headshot there from Cajun B.
Oh, you've gone from one insult to Cajun B to another. It was luck. He could say, you know,
come on
skill.
now. I mean,
Yes.
there at no point with Sean Garris, he didn't ever peek, he never heard anything, he just immediately just sprayed through. I mean, it's a smart move, without a doubt. The chances of him being there were 1 and not, right?
So man up for in faculty. Just to point out something from our pregame show, I heard former EG manager Scott Smith say, good luck to Jason Lake. I've not heard such positive words between those two organizations in a long, long time. As Jordan now, nothing, sorry, pushes straight down the left. He's got 2 players in front of him if he were to open up. And he will hold back. Knows that there's someone in there, and Rouse is the man. Great quick headshot coming out from him. He'll now push down towards the pit. He's got one in there, gets it. Sem that goes down. It was a grenade to help them, and in faculty have taken control of this A site. The 2 CTs have fallen all the way back, and that will be that great clean entry. All about the opening.